Great morning. You guys come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Great morning, April. Hey, gorgeous. Bae, I don't have a spoon in here. Could you please bring me one? I'm sorry. Great morning, you guys. Y'all see me making my coffee concoction. You found it? You're going to have to, you found, what did you find? Thank you, baby, for sharing. Babe, can you give me a spoon, please? I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and pour you up, too. This might be the last shot. Thank you, baby. This might be the last shot for some days. Ooh, you scared me. You scared me. Oh, this is a little more, baby. So I'm going to drink part of it and give you the other part of it. Okay. So, great day, great day. Good to see you guys. Let me take my shot, babe. Listen, here's to everything God said you would be, everything God promised you, everything God said you would do. Here's to you doing just that. Cheers. As long as you're alive, there's still time for it to happen. As long as you're alive, there's still time for it to happen. Today is my son's birthday. Happy birthday, Adam John Rail Walters. My baby turned 22 today. He turned 22 today. I am super excited for him. 22, what an amazing time to live. And I have been so stirred. Y'all look. Yes. Summerlin said UPS is on its way. Yes. Summerlin about to be alive too, honey. Look, I'm going to be emotional and I'm okay with it. Okay. Hold on. I'm so happy, Summerlin. Oh. All right. So, yesterday's word. When I tell you God will set you up, I literally mean God will set you up. I've learned that anytime God gives me a word, like it's always to me first. Always to me first. And yesterday's word was no exception. Hey, Whitfield. Hey, Denise. Hey, my Corey. Yesterday, when God gave me that word, he set me up. Okay? He set me up. He set me up because there was something that he was getting ready to do for me that was going to change everything. You know how sometimes you have in movies, like there's this defining moment, right? There's a defining moment in the movie, and all of a sudden the character has a realization and they change, right? The devil is a lie, okay? I bind the hand of the enemy on the airwaves, interfering with this broadcast and the word that God needs to give forth to his people, okay? I'm talking about me, but this isn't just about me, okay? Yesterday when God said, on the other side of you is everything you desire. On the other side of you is everything you desire. Listen, this has nothing to do with anyone else. It has nothing to do with other people. It has everything to do with you. The moment you understand that, the moment that you get that, the moment that you realize that, for real, for real, for real, for real, and you understand who God has called you to be, who God has created you to be, you will do everything in your power to get on the other side of you. And I don't mean that you are a bad person. Listen, God made you fearfully and wonderfully. You are an absolutely amazing and brilliant creation of the Most High. Okay? But life and lifing and our saboteurs and all of these things will begin to cause you to get in your own way. And when I say you, I'm talking to me too. See, understand when I say you, I don't see y'all, I see me. You understand? So I'm talking to myself too. So when you understand that, when you get that, then God can begin to do what he needs to do for you, in you, and through you. So yesterday I made a decision. I made a decision about me, about us, about what God has promised us. And I don't know about you, angel number 111, but I'm tired of not getting to where God has promised me. I'm tired of that. It's no longer acceptable as a statement in my life that I'm not there, I haven't gotten there, and I haven't done what God said that I would do. It's no longer acceptable. It's not an option. Like divorce isn't an option, that's no longer an option. I've divorced myself from the old version of me that prevented me from getting to where God has called me to be. I have divorced myself from the choices, from the mindset, from the habits that prevented me from getting to where God said that I'm supposed to be, where God has already created me to be. And I would encourage you. You want to talk about a divorce? Divorce that version of you. One thing about a divorce, I know a little bit about them, I've had a few, right? One thing about a divorce, it is a tearing away. And it hurts. Divorce hurts. The tearing away, and it hurts. Okay? Because something that was once one has been ripped apart. Now, that old version of you and the you that you need to be, the you that you have to become, the you that you have to allow to come forth because it's already there, right? The you that God created you to be, they were at one point one. You had merged the two, and now you, I'm talking to me, have to divorce that part of you that was altered because of your life experiences, your disappointments, the things that you've gone through. And you got to be so radical about it that you just process no, it's not no 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, 120-day waiting period, right? You've got to file the papers because the judge is ready to bang the gavel. God said, listen, that he knew you before the foundations of the world. He knew you. You. I want you to think about that. He also says, I know the plans that I have for you. Plans to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future. If that's who God said you are, if that's what God said about you, and that hasn't happened, then something's off. And what's off is this version of you that you're allowing to sabotage you, consciously or unconsciously, subconsciously. It does not matter. It's happening. The thing about the subconscious is always made known through your actions, your words. Did y'all hear what I said? The thing about the subconscious, because these are things that we often are not aware of, it's made conscious, it's brought into awareness through your actions, words, and choices. If you want to know what's going on in your subconscious, look at your mindset, choices, words, actions, and you'll see what's going on in your subconscious mind. God knew what he was doing when he put me in college and allowed me to major in the things he allowed me to major in, right? Communication, because communication is very important, okay? And I need you to know that you are always communicating, even when you don't think you're communicating, when you're not saying anything, when you're always communicating. This is why there is no beginning and no ending to communication, right? There's always communication going on, right? And we're always communicating with ourselves. Listen, we're always communicating with ourselves. We're always communicating with others. And the truth of the matter is, there's some very difficult truths that you need to see about you. It's not going to be fun. You're not going to like it. But it doesn't change the fact that it's true. Okay? Yesterday, I just had to face some real uncomfortable truths about me. See, anything that happens in your life, but it's never about other people. It's always about you. It's always about you, right? It's always about you. And so you have to figure out, okay, what is it that I'm to take from this? What is it that I need to glean from this? Anything that happens in your life, remember, nothing happens to you. Everything happens for you. So that's why it's no reason to regret anything happening, because everything that happens for you. When God needs to bring something into your conscious awareness, something must happen to shift something from your subconscious into the conscious, right? I have blind spots. You have blind spots. We have blind spots. Blind spots are things that you cannot see that other people see. If nobody ever says anything about it, they see it. They might not say it, but they see it. It may never cross their lips, but they see it. And this is why it's so important to have people around you who will tell you the truth, who will be honest with you, right? And I'm not saying those people that try to tell you stuff just to be nasty. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who genuinely love you, right? But will say the things that nobody else will say. Will tell you the stuff that nobody else will tell you because they know your heart, right? So yesterday, I had a conversation with one of my girls, and I told her this. I said, listen, I made a decision, and I need you to hold me accountable. Now, let me tell you why that's not the conversation I had with my husband, okay? I know my husband will hold me accountable. I know my husband will tell me, what he thinks. But I also know that my husband, men, period, like peace. Men like peace in their house. So if they know that something's going to cause a problem, they're more likely not to say anything. I mean, that's just a fact, right? But I needed to say that to her because I made a decision yesterday. I made a decision to divorce that version of me that was preventing me from getting to everything God promised me, everything that I desire, everything that I am being pulled towards. I need her to, when I am making decisions that don't align with what I said, to say, Dr. V, is this going to get you to where you're going? I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but, right? And this is what I said. I have blind spots. And God has been bringing things that have been in my blind spots in front of me. And y'all, that's not always pretty and it's not always nice, but it's always necessary for those things in your blind spots to be put in front of you for you to look at them. Look, I had to look at me. I've learned that I can spend my time focusing on what other people need to do, or what I think other people need to do, or what I feel other people need to do, angel number 133, or I can spend my time doing what God needs me to do as it relates to me. So when I share this stuff with you all, I'm not talking to y'all like y'all just all messed up. No, I'm talking to me. I need y'all to understand that. So I don't want y'all to think I'm throwing shots, I'm throwing shade. I'm not. I'm talking to me. I'm talking about a conversation that God had with me about me. So yesterday, I made a decision that I was getting a divorce. A divorce from the old version of me, the version of me that has prevented me from doing the things I need to do, that God has called me to do. When I say need to do, I'm talking about because God has called me to it, right? From doing the things that I need to do, making the changes I need to make, becoming the version of me that he created me to be. I'm not becoming a new me. I'm becoming the me that he created me to be. So the me that he created me to be, the you that he created you to be, and the you that you've become are married right now. They look like one person. But there's a duality in each of us that we must address, that we must face, and that we must deal with. So yesterday, I made a conscious decision. I filed the paperwork. And last night, the judge banged the gavel. I am no longer married to, connected to, in love with the me that I used to be. That relationship is done. It's over and it's gone. And anyone who's ever gone through a divorce, you know that at first it hurts. It hurts like crazy because you naturally are accustomed to doing certain things with that person. You're naturally accustomed to having that person at home with you, in the bed with you. You're naturally accustomed to the way they do things, the way they talk, the way they listen, the way they breathe. You're naturally accustomed to it. But when you get a divorce, that relationship has changed. And now what I'm telling you is, because I need you to hear me. Now remember, y'all, I'm talking to me, okay? So don't y'all get offended because I'm talking hard. Because I need to talk hard to me sometimes. You understand what I'm saying? I need you to choose the things that are going to get you to where God is taking you. The thoughts, the habits, the choices that are going to get you to where God has already placed you, established you, positioned you. It is who you are. It's who you are. It's your birthright. It's one of my favorite things. Y'all hear me say that all the time. My daddy said, baby, it's your birthright. Oh, that hits different. Can't get there being the old version of you, because if you could, you would already be there. That means if you've not gotten there, there are some things in you that must change. Doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you wrong, doesn't make you evil, doesn't make you any of those things. It just means that it's time to divorce the old version of you. So I divorced her yesterday. The divorce was final last night. And I am free and liberated to fully walk in, to fully be who God created me to be at birth. Now listen, I need you to understand some things. Like with any divorce, it may take a while for everything to line up. But what I know is this: lining up is the only option. There's no other. There's no other. I was sending my son a message this morning. And sometimes my kids, when they have these pivotal birthdays, there'll be a word that the Lord gives me to give to them, right? And I don't think my son, I don't know that he thinks of this as a pivotal birthday, but it is. And I told him that this is a pivotal birthday for you. I know people talk about when you turn 21, 22 for him. This is pivotal because it represents the duality. And unless you can address the duality in you, you will forever be dealing with that old version of you that tries to destroy you, right? It doesn't do it consciously, but it does, right? So I said something to him, and that's what sparked this live. And what I said was this, and I say it to me. What I said to him, I was saying to me. God has called you to wealth, but you can't get to true wealth with the mindset, habits, and choices you've been making. God has called you to wealth, to prosperity. And understand, wealth and prosperity are not just money. But you can't get there with the mindset, habits, and choices that you've been making. I went to sleep last night with a different mindset, establishing new habits, and making different choices. I woke up this morning with that new mindset, establishing habits, and making choices. See, there's a level of radicalness required for true, lasting, substantive change. You got to get radical in order to get to true change. There's no other way around it. You can't be doing what you've always done and get there to radical. You can't. I don't care what you've done in the past. To get to that place of radical change you must. It is required of you. That you make different choices. That choice yesterday resulted in different behaviors, a mindset shift, and results. See, God will give you results when you align with who He created you to be. Sometimes there are these blocks that we encounter because there are things that He's trying to do inside of us. And I made a conscious decision, God, whatever you need to do in me, do that. I don't care if it's uncomfortable. I don't care if I don't like it. I don't care if nobody else likes it. Whatever you need to do in me, do that. Do that. I give you permission to do what you need to do in me, to cut out of me what needs to be cut out. Perform open heart surgery on me, God. Check my heart, my mind, my spirit. Do what you need to do in me. Do what you need to do in me. Because I refuse. I need y'all to hear this. Mark the day. I refuse to go another year not having made $1 million. I refuse. That's not happening. I refuse. And God, I need you to align whatever in me needs to be aligned, to point out whatever I need to see that I need to remove so that I can do what you've called me to do. And not only that, I refuse. Listen to me. I refuse to do that and not help others do that. Listen, there's a blueprint being created. And I'm going to do everything in my power to be who I need to be, because that's the only person I can control. Now, I'm not saying that my husband and I are not going to do it, because we are, but I can only control me. I can only work on my mindset, my habits, and my choices. I can only submit my will. I can't submit his will. I know we have the same goal. I know that God has shown us the same thing. I know that he has confirmed it. But I can't do it for him. I can't do any adjusting. I can't do any of that. He has to choose that. I can choose, though, what I have to do in me to get what God has promised to us, right? I got to become the me that he created me to be. My husband has to become the him that he created him to be. And you have to become the you that God created you to be. But that means that you got to get a divorce from the old you. You know, many times, you know, people talk about this and they will say, you know, the old me has to die. Listen, let me tell you why I didn't say that. I'm going to tell you why I didn't say that. I look at our lives and I believe that God begins to reveal things to us through our lives and our life experience. My husband was married. And his wife died. He didn't choose that. That wasn't a choice that he made. Okay? I want you to listen to me. When someone dies, we don't choose that. But when you get a divorce, a choice is being made. I choose to divorce the version of me that has prevented me from getting to where God has for me to go with the character, the integrity, the love, the grace, the compassion, the forgiveness, the mercy required. I don't want to just get there. See, this is the thing. There was a time in my life when I just wanted to get there. I want to get there. Absolutely. I will get there. I'm already there. That's already done. It's already done, right? We're just waiting for the physical manifestation of it. But I want everything I require of me. I'm not talking about what no other person requires of me. I'm talking about I require of me what God requires of me. And that is that I get there with character, integrity, love, grace, mercy, compassion. Because when I get there like that, then I'll be able to live out and to live before people what that looks like. And those that God has called me to help get there for themselves will not just hear the words, but they will see the corresponding actions and reactions. You've got to understand that this change is going to be the most difficult change that you've ever made in your life, because you remove any other options, any other choice, but for you to be who God created you to be. God has had me on a journey for the past 2.5 years of not just being a great teacher of things, but being a great executor of things. to see the manifestation in my own life. And now he says, no longer will you just teach a thing, but you will live it, be it, and manifest it in your life. You won't just teach it. Because he always gives me the strategies, the way, but I don't always apply them personally. Do you understand what I'm saying? That has not been always the case. But God says, now you will apply it to you. And you will model it for them. And you will teach them how to do it. But you will do it. You will do it. So that's the season that I'm in. The season of do it. The season of be it. Because when you be who he's created you to be, you will do what's necessary to produce and manifest with character, integrity, love, grace, mercy, compassion, forgiveness, because nothing is personal. Nothing is personal. No one is doing anything to you. Everything that's happening is happening for you. For you to see what you need to see about you. I thank God. I thank God that he showed me. I thank God that I'm open to looking and seeing me. The stuff that I want to see and the stuff I don't want to see, especially the stuff I don't want to see, because that's what I need to see. I have a call on my life to liberate the least, the lonely, the left out, the tossed aside. And I can't do that if I can't see me. I can't. So today, God, I thank you for showing me, for positioning me to make a decision for me, for my life and my destiny, the purpose that you have ordained me for. I thank you for divine strategies. I thank you for divine favor. But most of all, I thank you for divine change. Jesus, I think, provides the ultimate example. He had 12 with him. He knew every one of them. He knew everything about all their fears, their issues, their character flaws. He knew it. And he loved them. He even knew Judas would betray him. And he still loved him and treated him like he treated the rest of the disciples. His love for Judas did not change with the betrayal. I don't know about you all, but I can't say that. I can't say that those times that I felt betrayed, that my love didn't change, or I didn't look at the people different, or I didn't treat them differently. I can't say that. Do you know what that says to me? It says to me that I have not quite mastered love. Okay? Not quite mastered it. That somewhere in there was ego. Can we be real about ego? Can we just be real about that, right? Somewhere in there was ego for me. And what God has been showing me about me is that ego will get in the way every time. So, but sometimes you won't know stuff until something happens. It requires something to happen in order for God to reveal you to you. I embrace every revelation. I embrace it. God, I thank you for revealing me to me. I thank you for showing me me. Because that's the only way we get to true lasting change. On this journey, you're going to have to make decisions. Nobody else can make you do it. No one can force you to do it. But when you make a decision, God will provide what you need in order to maintain that decision, in order for you to carry out that decision. When something no longer becomes optional, then it forces the universe to work and conspire to bring that thing to you. But it also forces you to see you. I pray that this word has blessed you, that you've gotten out of it what you need, right? Because at the end of the day, you can have all this great and amazing information, but if you do not apply it, you will forever find yourself hoping, wishing, dreaming, and never attaining. I only know success. I only know destiny. There's no other option. And I'm so happy and grateful now that I am destiny driven and I have achieved what God ordained for me to achieve. What is it God is calling you to do? Do that. Do that. If this word blessed you and you want to sow a seed on this word, because it was a hard word, I know. I know it was. It was hard for me. But, that's what we need. We don't need a soft word. We need the word that's going to evoke change. So if that word has blessed you and you want to sow a seed, you can do so at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. As for me, I've divorced the old me. She no longer lives here. She no longer has access to me. And I embrace the me that God created me to be. Remember, nothing is happening to you, and everything is happening for you. I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed.